All right, that's good. Everybody's mic is now off, and I think this is the best time to proceed. So today we're going to be looking at content creation, and we're going to discuss the difference of content creation. We're going to be discussing content creation and also difference between content creation and copywriting. A lot of you here are affiliate marketers, a lot of you here are copywriters, and some of you here are also into freelancing. But at the end of it, I just want to run through from the beginning to the end of everything you need to know as someone who's coming to the internet, as at least even though you're not new, but you have a basic idea of what you're coming to do. So for the very first time, you will allow me the opportunity to still address some people, especially the newbies, especially the people who are joining us for the very first time. You see, one of the things you should know as far as you're coming to the internet space, you got something that really want to transform your life, you should pay attention to learning. It is very important for you to understand that whatever you come across, if you don't sit down to actually learn those things, you will not get the result at the end of the day. Now, your number one priority is your ability to sit down and learn. If you have that ability to sit down and learn, you have started your journey very well. So you should make sure that you do everything within your power, everything within the human strength, so that you should be able to at least take rest and sit to learn. Some of you already paid for courses, some of you spent up to 20k, some of you spent up to 30k, some of you spent 60 and above, and you're here because you bought one course from me or the other. So all I'm going to do is to put you through where you need to be. So for those who are coming to the internet for the very few first time, you should take note of learning and make sure you forget about the money. I always say this before we begin any class. Make sure you forget about money, put your mind on learning and focus on it. Make sure you put your mind on the learnings and forget about the money. Even, yes, it is the money you're coming for, but if you put the money ahead of every other thing, you are going to actually struggle. So bring the mindset that is ready to learn, unlearn and relearn. You know, there are basically three different things. There are people who cannot unlearn, there are people who cannot relearn. It is hard to relearn actually, but if you're able to beat anything that makes you stop relearning, you are good to go. So that is number one for those who are coming to the internet for the very first time. And then moving on to the number two is you should know that implementation is the mother of results. By the time you waste your time and actually not waste, by the time you put your time and energy and effort in learning, and at the end of the learning process you didn't put to practice what you learned, you are still not going to get results. If you are done with learning and you do not put to practice, you are not getting results. There is something I have told you guys. Now this is my table, and I have different books for different events. I record stuffs here. I still have another books like it. I have another one here, and I still have another one here. These are notebooks for different events. So anytime I have something to do, all I need to do is to open any of these. These are different books, as you can see, and all of them are for something different. And if you go through them, I don't allow them get out of the house because I know the quality things that are in these books. Now that is how you should also get ready to have a very particular book where you put down things. They will help your implementation level. They will help you when you are ready to implement. Now, as you are learning, which is the first one, you are focusing on learning. The very second one is implementation. And then moving on to the third one, I want you to know that you are now a business person on the internet, and you need to optimize all your profile across all the social media. These are for those who are new on the internet. For someone, Chibeze here, Chibeze already know this. Mama Chinonye already know this. I think Benita know this because I can see her profile. Now, a lot of you already know what I'm saying, but I'm doing it for those who are coming for the very first time. So, optimize your Facebook, your Instagram. Make sure it is well optimized. By the time anybody gets to all of it, they should see that somebody is ready to get access to you, and make it in a way that people understand what you are offering the very first time they meet with you. Now, for all of you who have attended copywriting session, you must be ready to add copywriting in your bio. Don't be shy to add copywriting in your bio. A lot of you may be saying that they are not yet professional, they are not. Even me, up till today, I'm still learning. And that's because learning doesn't end. But there are things we have learned already, so we are going all out to do it, and you need to optimize. Optimize your profile. You see those profile on social media, they are your CV. Nobody is going to ask you if you have certificates for attending Plus Academy or for attending copywriting conference. Nobody is going to ask you such question. What they need to see is your profile. Once your profile is very neat, I repeat, very neat. Once your profile is very neat, you are going to be sorted after. People are going to want your service. So take note of them. Number one is to focus on learning. If you are new on the internet space, whether as an affiliate marketer, whether as a copywriter here, or whether as a freelancer here, you should focus on learning. It is very, very important. The second thing you should focus on is implementation, because implementation is the mother of result. It births result. By the time you implement, you may fail at the first time, but you fail, you try again and even again. The third one, which is very, very important, is to optimize your social media. The best way to do that, go and get a very beautiful picture of you in the studio. Get a picture. All of you who knows my profile on Facebook and other social media, they are very clean pictures. And once you have put your profile, you are not permitted to be changing it all the time. Like 1 month later you change it. No, your customers are going to be looking for you. They are going to be, there is supposed to be something that they identify with you. Now, my profile picture has been there for long. Anybody that just search my name knows the particular one they are going for, and I'm not ready to change that profile anytime soon. So that profile can be there for the next 1 year. By the special grace of God, it can be there for the next 1 year. And that's because whenever I make a post or do something, people already know that it is registered in the mind of people you are telling to come and do something. So if you have these three things in place, I can now say we should move on to learning about content creation, which is the main reason why we're here. And I just sincerely want you to pay attention. If you have your writing materials, I want you to comment in the box and tell me if you have. Who have his or her writing materials with them, because the things you're going to learn here is not something you just grasp unless you're going to rewatch this on YouTube once we are done. And if you're joining us on YouTube and you're here, I want to say thank you for joining us. We bring you business tips and ideas on how to make money with your smartphone, and also bring you copywriting tips and ideas. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and do not allow anything make you go without doing so. Thank you very much. Okay, who has the writing materials ready? I want to read the message. If your writing material is ready, drop a message and let's hear that. Do you have your writing materials ready? Okay, Benita have her writing materials ready. Good. Is she the one? Whoa, who else? I think I should have up to 5 people who... I hope you're hearing me, right? Because it's only Benita that is replying. Okay. If you have your writing material ready, okay. Absalam, good. That's okay. Alright, so we are going straight to learning about content creation. I don't have much to actually do. I'm just going to show you what is working, and fix you on what is going to work. If you are not able to finish today, next week we'll continue. And that's because there will be a weekly call for every one of you. You are here to succeed, and that is what you are going to do. So you need to make up your mind to follow me as I lead you. If you are ready to get results for yourself, you should be ready and willing to go all out and get ready to do it for yourself. Now, I will put out my time every week, cancel something in my calendar, and make sure I'm here for you people. So if you are the one, I don't mind coming here to meet one person. That person is serious, I will go all out. But I pray you are that one person. Get on and get started with us. We are here to succeed, and that is why we are here. Moving on to content creation. I don't know what you think about content creation, but you see, content creation is just the process of generating topics and ideas that appeal to your buyer personas. Those people that are following you, on your social media handles. You need to create topical ideas, things that will appeal to them. Those things that appeal to them should be something that at the end of it, you are directing them to your sales funnel. Now, I use WhatsApp as my funnel where I close sales. So I know a lot of you do that. People are likely going to feel alright on WhatsApp than every other platform. So you can use voice note on WhatsApp and immediately it goes to another person. People will feel at home on WhatsApp. So whenever you think of content creation, it can be created in a written visual, and it can be created written or visual. It is also possible to be created in audios. It can be created in videos and infographics like flyers. Yes. So anything at all you are using to keep your people, keep those who are following you to keep following you, they are called content. The goal of content creation is to communicate. Is to communicate a message or tell a story to a specific audience. Do you understand? It is an act of creating messages, telling stories about a specific audience with the intent of educating, informing, and entertaining them. If your content are not educating, if it is not informing and is not entertaining, forget about it. Some of the people who follow me on Facebook used to think I am a comedian, but that is not it. I am not a comedian. I only know that I need to put out content that will make them laugh from time to time, and it keeps them staying with me. I don't know if you get that, right? So you need to actually lose yourself, because some of you are against comedy. Some of you I have met, they don't like anything joke. They are always serious, serious-minded business gurus. Well done, no. Everyone, every time you're serious, your profile itself, you are not smiling. People are not likely going to follow you because you are boning your face or your start or your profile. Well, I wish you all the best. But if you are here with me, you will learn. You will learn that it is not the right way, okay? So moving on to what we are talking about, you need to know that your profile and your content should be in line. You should not write on your profile that you're an entrepreneur and then your content is always talking about relationship. No, it is going to be contradicting. I don't know if you get it. If your profile is saying a copywriter, do not put content. You can actually write on other phases of life because that's how people believe that you are versatile in nature. So you can actually write on other phases of life, but please do not keep writing about your relationship when you are actually a copywriter. Every content you're going to put out is supposed to make these people see that you are the boss in what you do and make them want to learn from you. So anytime you are putting out content, the end goal, what you should have in mind is that these people should buy what I'm selling. I hope you understand. Yes. Now, by the time you want to write copies, there are few key principles to keep in mind when creating content. Now, I know a lot of you may be thinking content. It's not something hard. The best way to create content from the inside is to read. Let me show you. These are books. You can read them. I don't know if you understand. If you read any of these books, by the time before you get to page 20, before you get to page 20, you would have seen awesome, beautiful, and powerful content you can extract from them. And then you always post it, and people are wowed, like, whoa, these are contents. You should always be ready to read blog posts, read other people's posts, and make sure you are getting ideas. Have a place where you write down your ideas so that when you are ready to make it into something that is even more beautiful, you will not have to struggle doing that. So whenever you're considering to create content, there are key principles you should consider. The very first key principle is that you should know your audience. On my Facebook page, using the Facebook dashboard, I was able to notice that I have more female followers than the male followers. More young ladies of 18 to 25 are the highest. I have over 5,000 followers there, but the highest number of followers I have are ladies from age 18 to 25. They have the highest volume. So people who are between 26 and 40 are not that much. And then the guys, they are still from 18 to 30, but they are not as high as those ladies. I have more female followers than male followers. So if you check most of my knowing this, if you check most of my posts, I tend to address the ladies. And some of you here may know me with something called Sister Ruth. I don't know if anybody can confirm that. You can unmute your mic and speak up. Do you know anything about me, Sister Ruth? Does anybody here knows about Sister
Yes, sir.
Ruth?
Yes, yes,
All right. You have heard me talk about Sister Ruth?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
All right. So,
Yeah, you
yes,
need to
sir.
talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
all right. So, remind me to tell you what Sister Ruth means, because a lot of people are actually thinking that I have a girlfriend whose name is Sister Ruth. I am now telling you the secret. There is no Sister Ruth. This is just creating a figure for people to actually remember you with. For every content creator, there is something they are known with. There is somebody called Mr. Sabinus, Mr. Investor. So if you say Investor Sabinus, you are talking about one person. If you say Mr. Funny, you are talking about one person. If you say you are doing well, you are talking about somebody. People already know him with that. If you say Ishoku, you know that this is Bra Shaggy. Once you start talking small, I bet get that. You know you're talking about Brain Jota. There are patterns in content creation that you need to learn, and let it be either you're signing out or you're signing in. Make sure these are the things people know you with. Now, I have no sister in my life called Sister Ruth. I don't even think I have anything to do with anybody called Sister Ruth. But as I picked that name, Sister Ruth, I checked that Precious is already popular and Deborah is somehow popular as well. So when I wanted to actually start creating content, I picked Sister Ruth. And today, everybody is calling me Brother Ruth, thinking that I actually have a relationship with one Sister Ruth. So it's about knowing your audience. That is the first one. Know your audience. I was able to know that I have more female followers, so I need to bring something that will appeal to them, appeal to more ladies, and appeal to them in a way that if I do something that appeal to them, I'll be able to have more followers from their end. So before you start creating content, it is important to have a clear understanding of who your target audience is. If you are a copywriter, before you start creating content, you should know that you are looking for those who want to learn copywriting. That is very, very important. Take it to note. Write it down. If you are a copywriter and you are looking forward to create content on copywriting, make sure your target audience is those who want to learn copywriting. And this will help you determine the tone and the style of your content, as well as the types of topic that will be most relevant and engaging to them. Mr. Olamide, please turn off your mic. You are distracting us. Do that, please. Quick. Mr. Olamide, are you there? Turn off your mic, please. Alright, moving on to number 2. I hope you understand number 1. Have a knowledge of your audience. Number 1 is know your audience. Before you start creating content, make sure you know people you want to create this content for. And then number 2 is have a clear message. Have a clear message or purpose. For the fact that everyone is doing one particular thing shouldn't mean you should do it. You should have a clear purpose. What do you want to achieve in the next 1 month? What do you want to achieve in the next 6 months? What do you want your content to actually do? Have a clear message. If you don't have a clear message, you will be wondering what to do. Now, flipping the pages of this small book here, this, I don't know if you can see it, but if I bring it closer to the camera, you will see what is written there, books to read, right? These are the books I want to read. A clear message, a clear purpose. These are books I want to read, and I have to write them down so that each time I come to my table, I'll just have to look at it and remember that I have not finished reading this. I will go back. If you don't write it down, you will most times not fulfill it. So have a clear message. It is very important. Is every piece of content should have a clear message or purpose. Whether you are trying to educate your audience on a specific topic or entertain them with a story, it's important to have clear ideas of what you want to accomplish before you start creating. Now, anytime I really want to make people laugh, I go out of my way to gather content that are really funny, and I know that if I put this one out, people are going to laugh. So what I do is I gather the topics, I gather the content already. Like I have something, I told many of you to download Google Docs. That Google Docs is where I hold a lot of things together before I even put it on Facebook. Sometimes if you are trying to post it on Facebook, it is going to wipe out, like if you're trying to type it there. Now, I'm referring to Facebook because I prefer Facebook. I'm on Twitter, I'm on other social media, but I prefer the use of Facebook to some great extent. I know how much I've made from people who are coming to my funnel from Facebook. So, you can choose WhatsApp, you can choose Twitter, you can choose LinkedIn, you can choose anyone, but do not run around everything. Just make sure you're in 1 or 2. At least you are in 2. You have come on board and you must be ready to go all out. So moving to the third one is be authentic and transparent. It is very important. You don't have to do things that are not really understandable. People can often tell when your content is authentic, and if it is insincere, they can tell. If you copy another person's work, people can actually tell. You don't know how many people who are following the person you want to copy. So if you copy that person and you are not able to adjust or make a tweak, we have something called ethical copying in the internet. But when you're doing ethical copying, make sure you are tweaking it to the best position that will suit your audience. Don't copy word to word, word for word, and you post it. People are going to know that you are not authentic and you are not transparent and you are not sharing your experience. You are just doing copycat, and it will help you lose a lot of things. If you want to build trust with your audience, it's important to have. It is important. Sorry. Excuse me. To build trust with your audience, it's important to be authentic and be transparent in your content. That's the best way. Now, I was able to discuss a lot of things with people. There are people who I have never met with. These people are not even Nigerians. But due to the fact that I was able to show a high level of authenticity, they were able to send me money to a Momo account. Someone from Ghana sent me money, Ghana cedis, into a Momo account for me to withdraw it and then buy something for them. These people have never met me before. But due to the fact that I was able to build trust, I was able to even command, and they do. On Saturday last week, there was a lady trying to make a purchase using her debit card. But she tried from her end. She couldn't do it. She did all she could. She couldn't do it. At the end, I asked her that she should send me her credit card. Send me your credit card information. The informations in this place can render your bank it can render your bank empty, like it can make your bank useless. But this lady sent me the information in her card, all of them plus the pin, and I had to make the purchase from here. What does that show you? I have been able to build trust, and not just trust, I have been able to relate. So you need to give yourself time. Just like I said in the beginning, forget about the money you make. Building relationship with people first really matters. And I'm saying it out of experience, not just because I love talking. If you are able to build quality relationship with people, I bet you are going to sell even when you don't want to sell. So you must be ready to do all the work you need to do. The very first one, just like is being very honest with yourself and knowing what you want and allowing your message to be authentic. And the very fourth one, when you're going out to start writing content, the very fourth thing you should put in mind, you should have in your head, is that you must be creative. If you want to stand out, like you want to stand out of the crowd, there's a lot of people on the internet space. But if you want to be like standing out of the crowd and really be authentic and have the power to capture more audience, you need to be creative. You need to be creative. Most copywriters here knows how to use stories. Stories are the best form of selling. So you should be ready. You should be ready Be creative in any way you do it. Just be creative. That is what makes you different from Balablu. Did I just say that? Don't mind me. I've already been saying this Balablu thing. A town hall. Sorry for that. Well, that's the country we are in. You must be different from every other person. Make sure you're ready to be creative. So, a quick recap: things you should put in your mind when writing a content. Number one is know your audience. It's very important. Number two, have a clear message or purpose. Number three, be authentic and transparent. And number four, be very creative. There are no two ways about it. It will help you to stand out. Moving on to the next subheading. We should be done by 9:30, please. Some of you need to sleep. We should be done by 9:30. So let's just run through this. I told you it's a weekly call and it's for your good. It's for your benefit. So we are going to continue anywhere we stop from today next week. So make sure you are ready and it will help you. There are days we will come, I'm not going to be teaching, I'm just ask you questions and you answer and you get result for what you want. So moving on to another subheading, it is very important you know it. A lot of people may be asking, why is content creating very important? Why is it important? Now, when you create content, you are providing free and useful information to your audience. You are attracting potential customers to your website or your page or your profile. And content is what makes you stand out from every other person. And if you must get quality leads, you need to create content and keep existing customers engaged and satisfied with your brand. This is what content helps you to do. And I'll be teaching you the difference between copywriting and content creation. And you just have to be ready for it. Now, as a content marketer, your content are not for cruise. You know, a lot of you like to catch cruise. I saw a lady who came to my funnel. I was just passing by status. I have a lot of status to view. I don't just passed by some status and I saw her dancing on her status. I was like, what are you doing? She said she's catching cruise. Really? Are you serious? Well, it's none of my business, but we are not here to catch cruise. So mark my word. As a content creator, you are not here to catch cruise. And be sure and be rest assured that your contents are not to be a kind of justified by the likes they get or by the number of comments. Never you conclude that just because you are getting 2 likes that is not working. Don't try it. There are some posts I've made on my page that have 5,000 followers. I tell you, 10 people reacted to it, but the people who came to WhatsApp from that post were more than 40. So always focus on calling to action. It is important. Forget about the likes. Most people who really likes what you do will not comment. They will not like. They are waiting for call to action. I don't know if you have heard somebody where he's asking, do you have a course on this thing you're doing? I want to buy. That is how well you've been able to affect them. Now, people who likes your message may not always have time to comment on your post. So you need to actually focus on giving out free knowledge. You need to focus on giving out free ideas. You need to focus on giving out free information. By now you should have known that I talk about information is the only thing you need for the next level of your life. So you know that by now, right? Yes. So for you to be able to make content, mind you, they are not to be justified or to be a kind of giving a pass mark by the likes they get or by the comments they get. Please never allow such things. And then another thing you should know is very important. For most people here, we would have heard your message, but you are scared to post them because of you are not getting likes on Facebook. That it should be far from you. By the time we're done with this section, I really need to see some results, like putting out content on your Facebook. If you have not set your Facebook very well, you can reach out to me and I help you set and optimize your Facebook. A lot of you here knows how to create WhatsApp link, right? You should also have a link that leads people to your WhatsApp, because your end goal is to close. We are here to make money. We are not here to catch cruise. All right? Yes. And don't be shy. Don't be shy to put out your content on social media. Don't try it. But in case you are one of the people who are shy, I would like to conduct a deliverance from you. I will conduct a deliverance from you, and you will say after me, my father, my father. I'm not hearing you. My father, my father. Deliver me from shame, shyness. I hope someone is praying that prayer. You better pray that God deliver you from shame and shyness. If you want to make money, you shouldn't be ashamed. There is something called shamelessly marketing yourself. At the cost of this event, we are going to be learning how to sell yourself. And then from next week, we are going to be talking about how to get content ideas. I hope you learned something in this session. As I will be taking questions